So we're just meant to make it up as we go now.
That's how we roll.
It's your fault, Walton.
It's my fault. I turned
Well, you turn up, start talking to me. We're going to try something a little bit different for this episode. So 2 weeks to go to Summernats. We're going to put together an episode that covers what we've got to get up to get ourselves ready, packed and off to Summernats. So this will go up on Boxing Day, I think, by memory. So we're a couple of weeks out. We've dragged out what signage we have. Louise has made up this new one. So between everything else I'm doing, I've tried to put together everything I think I'm going to do on the van so that we can have that with the shell, save me answering a lot of questions. So all the things that we do now that brings everything together to get all this loaded up and off to Canberra, we'll try and bring you some of that and show you what happens. Well, here it is. So a bit patchy, but this now is the poly spray filler, which obviously has been put over the top of epoxy. I've now cut that all back, 120 in some areas, 180, then 240, all with the block. And then I've grabbed some 400 in the Galaxy and used that on the 150mm whizzer and run over. So I used the black trace, the powder. So I put the powder all over, run over with the 400 on the machine to get rid of any of the deep scratches. And now I'm in a position where I need to clean all that again. I cleaned it yesterday, and that now will get another 2 coats of epoxy, and I'm going to put 3 coats of primer on it, so the Primer Prime, and that's how it'll go to Summernats. So it won't get rubbed, it'll go down. Because once it comes home, I've then got to put doors on and start gapping panels and things. So I keep saying it, we're well out of sequence, how I would normally do it, but to get it down there and looking right, I made the decision to do that. So I've got the whole thing masked up, engine bay and all, because I don't want to make a mess of, that's all nicely done in the DP616 epoxy. So we're going to have sort of greeny looking engine bay, we'll have the black under here, and the body all in primer. So long time to get to this stage. I just about ran out of fingertips. So all these little areas are all very frustrating, and you can see here I'm back through to filler in places. So that's why I'll go over and put the epoxy on it, and that'll just seal everything off before we put the primer on it. So fingers crossed, I'm sure there'll be a few things that I'm not happy with, and I may even get the pencil out and mark those either at Summernats, go around and mark the things that I'm not happy with so that I don't have to keep answering all the questions about what about that bit. So part of trying to make it look like something, I guess, is to also show people how the processes we go through. So these are the taillights. So they were on an earlier episode where we paint stripped those and straightened them. So what I'm planning to do is to bolt them on or screw them onto the car as they are in bare metal. And then I'm going to crack open some new old stock lenses that I've been buying some of this stuff over the last 3 or 4 years. And then answer the phone, and then I've got a cap, so I'm going to bare metal one of these. Yeah, just pull things together to make it look right when it's on the stand, but not look like it's anywhere near being finished. Well, the clock's ticking, so we've got a couple of days left till Christmas, which means it's like a week or so to Summernats. So the utes entered this year and has been for the last 5 or 6 years. Needs a bit of a tub. It's always kept nice, but I like to take the wheels off, clean them inside and out, and then we'll give the whole thing a clean up inside under the bonnet and all that sort of stuff. So decided to do that now because I'm going to need the hoist probably tomorrow or the day after, because the van currently is in the booth. When it comes out of there, I want to get it off the rotisserie, and to get it off the rotisserie and put it in a trailer to take it down to Canberra, this is all the stuff here that I've dragged out of the container that most of it's been on the car before. So the rear I've set up tramp rods and stuff, and I'll explain that a bit more down the track. But I've basically used LTD tramp rods, factory tramp rods, and the reason I've used the LTD is they're longer because the van ute body is the same as the Fairlane LTD. So got those, I've had the steering box rebuilt. The front end's just going to go on rusty because that's the way it is, and then we'll put a column in it to make it a bit easier. And then we've got the Lovell sway bar, so because Lovell support us so heavily, I'll make sure that's on there. That's going to be part of their new range when they get to launch that. And we've got new rear Lovell springs, and the diff's all been done. So we'll get all that under it probably between Christmas and New Year, and then we'll get it loaded. Adam Perry's going to come down and pick it up for me and take it up to Summernats to go on the PPG stand. So plenty to do, so we'll jump in and get it done. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to show you the colour. People have been asking about it for some time. So I've had the colour for probably 3 years and I've never sprayed it out, but I decided on the weekend I'd do that. And there it is. So it's in the PPG Vibrance Street Sweets selection, and the colour's called Spearmint. And that's the original van. That photo's from probably 1978, 79. And that's the colour there. And it's it really pops when you stick it in the sun. So this is very similar to what's on Boss XC in the blue, but this is the green version. So once it's in the sun, all that glass and candies and things. So we'll have that on the stand at Summernats, and probably anywhere else I go we'll have it there as well. So as soon as it goes in the shade, it's quite dark, but once you drive it out, she'll go bang. Righto, so the underside, so that's got the Gladiator on it, but for me it's a little bit too glossy, so I've decided to give it a quick scotchy, a little bit of 240, and I'm going to put some black base coat on that now, and then put some of the clear coat that I normally use. So it's 8115, 8117 mixed 50-50, and I'm doing that because that's what I've always done and I like the look of it. And I'll leave the other side in the straight Gladiator for Summernats, and then when we get the thing home and we get organised, I'll work out what I'm going to do underneath. But just for the sake of having it on display and showing what you can do with the PPG products, I thought I'd do this side this morning early. So I've got the rest of it all primed up there, so I'll try and keep my pressure down so I don't get too much overspray, so I don't feel like masking it all up. Nothing like last minute. So I just put that base coat and satin clear on there. That's still drying, so that'll actually satin off a little bit more. And now I'm just unmasking it all so that we can get it off the rotisserie and get it onto some wheels. So it's the 24th today, Christmas Eve, and I'll get it back together next week between Christmas and New Year, and then we'll be good to go. It's nice to have a nice car to drive, but the reality is with our roads and all like it is, it becomes a bit of a pain sometimes. So this one here, just noticed cleaning them, so I like to clean the wheels inside and out. We've got a nice little egg hanging out the side of this one. So it's obviously hit one of our lovely potholes. So I'm going to change that. I mean, it's just about out of life anyhow, that tyre, but I definitely wasn't going to do it before Summernats. But I got these couple that I took off the GT because I changed the type of tyre that I was running on the GT, looking for a bit more comfort. So I've got a couple there, so I'll put them on the back. And then while we're at it, just cleaning up brakes and things. So I often get asked about painting brakes. So I painted these, I reckon 4 years ago now, and I did them on the car because I didn't want to bleed brakes and things. So I just sanded them down, painted them in 2-pack PPG and put the stickers on and then cleared over the stickers. And they've been going 4 years and it's probably done another 20, 30,000 Ks since then. So the answer to that question is yes, it does. So we're just giving them a wipe over. And another little job that I'm doing, these have got a bit of a habit of falling off. Obviously plastic, and this car's quite low, so it gets hit in the front a bit. And the other day I was up picking up some parts in it, and I come out of a driveway and it hit a bit hard, and I pulled up to get some fuel a couple of blocks down the road and noticed this was sort of half hanging off, and it's missing a couple of clips here. These two still there, but it's like something's missing. So I've just pulled the under tray off, because what I'm going to do is I've just polished all in around there, cleaned that up, and I'm going to plastic tie that on now, because you can't buy them and it looks terrible without it. So we'll just fix that one up. I haven't repaired this front bumper for a couple of years, but this is another little job I've got to do here, so I can do that later. But for Summernats, we'll just get the brush out, do a few brush touches and get it sorted out and make it look nice. It's your fault, Walton.
It's my fault. I turned up.
Well, you turned up, start talking to me.
Yeah,
I'll put the thing back together and it's got the torch inside.
Carry on with this. This is this long life battery he's talking about.
Extra indicator.
Extra driving lights.
Where is it?
It's tucked up in there good. Oh, there it is.
There we go.
I'll save the battery now, all right? Mistakes.
Meanwhile, on Astral Design.
What are you doing?
You're gardening as well today.
Well, I promised your mother I'd have this done by Christmas, and it's Christmas tomorrow, so I thought I'd better do it. So we're just changing the soil over because the acid level's not right. So while I've got Steve here, not root down at all. I've just dragged out the display that I had for the Mustang. So this would have been Summernats 22, and then since then it's had various cars on it. Every car we've done pretty much and taken to Summernats been on this stand. So it's had a few birthdays, and I've just pulled it out because I wasn't sure what stickers are on it. So I had Perry's Garage on it because we had the Camaro last year, so I'm going to pull them off. Everything else is still current, so obviously Lovells, Odyssey, PPG. I made the comment the other day about PPG not advertising with us or supporting what we're doing on the second week to Lovells. They're still a major sponsor of mine, and they're still very supportive in what I do. They're just not advertising with the channel. So they're still on there, and we'll have this all set up on their stand at Summernats. So I just got to pull some stickers off, put some more on, and then start packing all of these things away so we can get it all down there. So I found a couple more stickers. So Crow cams. Now I've worked with Crow way back since the Pioneer Coupe, and they supplied a cam for that, and probably the followers and all, and the same with my Mustang, and they give us some support with tailspin, and they've given me some product to go in the engine for the van a couple of years ago now, so better not miss out on those. And also pacemaker headers. We've put a lot of those on cars, and once again there'll be a set going on the panel van. So we're just meant to make it up as we go now.
Well, that's how we roll.
That's how we roll.
Very nostalgic.
I thought I'd grab the opportunity. My old mate Dale dropped in, so it's 2 days before Christmas.
It is. It is.
Dale's been busy since we got back. We haven't seen each other really since SEMA, have we?
No.
So it wasn't because it'd been that 14 days with Dale that I had to leave him alone for a bit.
It's all right. I have feelings, but I'm used to it. It's okay.
But he's been working his butt off, and so have I. So golf's busy, mate.
golf is going off the charts.
Unbelievable.
Crazy busy, which is really good. So no complaints, just no time.
No time. Same at this end. So I'm almost done. I've just been given Dale a bit of a cook's tour of what I've been up to. So a few days left, but mate, opportune time to just wish all of those people out there in YouTube land
Yes.
a big thank you for your support, and hope everyone gets some time with their family.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Had a lot of people come up and say hello. I've had people come up and say hello at SEMA, which blew my mind.
There's a bit of a blowout.
Yeah.
And mate, been some really good comments the last couple of videos. Someone watched the Trophy Hunter,
Okay.
and they did the 12-hour binge session.
Wow.
Yeah, with was the lady that replied with her husband and said it was some of the best footage, but they loved Dale's smile. And she
Wasn't
was
my hairstyle, obviously.
taken back a bit by our friendship and stuff, and it has highlighted some of that with the amount of time we spent together with the camera in front of us.
He's still talking to me. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool all around. So, look, have a good Christmas and a new year. Dale very rarely gets down to Summernats, and he won't be there this year.
Working again, unfortunately.
But my mate Fuzz will be over.
Yep.
The Fuzz man, he'll be my away wife for a few days, look after me and
Handed the baton to Fuzz.
keep me food and watered and working away. And of course Louise and her family will be there as well. So once again, thanks again. And I haven't seen you, Dale, so you wouldn't know. We hit 1 million watched hours.
Oh, wow.
Which really, I mean, you can have views, but watched hours is unbelievable.
That's impressive.
And by the time this video comes out on Boxing Day,
Yep.
we'll be at 5 million views. So a couple of milestones, which is quite amazing. So thanks everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks to you, Dale.
Thanks, Howard. Merry
And
Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas and bye-bye.
See you now.